Hi, I'm Michelle Walker. I'm a physical therapist and I own Proactive Therapy and Wellness. I help people with Parkinson's and other senior mobility issues to improve their movement and regain their confidence so that they can remain active and independent as long as possible. In this podcast, I'll be interviewing people in the community as well as clients themselves for their take on how they get empowered. Now, let's get on to the show. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Hillary Savage. She's a certified personal trainer, a fitness instructor, a Rocksteady boxing coach, and serves as the director of Rocksteady Boxing here in Greensboro. She's passionate about her work in the Parkinson's community, and today she's going to share her experience with the Rocksteady Boxing program with us. Enjoy the show. All right, thanks for joining me today, Hillary. I really appreciate you being with us and telling us what you do and what you offer our community. So I'll let you go ahead and just start off. Tell us about yourself. What are you doing these days?
All right. My name's Hillary Savage. I've lived in North Carolina for a little over 2 years now. But I have been a certified personal trainer, fitness instructor since 2015. Since moving here, I work at a variety of different gyms, doing personal training and fitness classes. And then about a little over a year ago, through one of the gyms I work for, it's Pure Energy Fitness Center in Greensboro. They are affiliated with the Rocksteady Boxing program, and they were in need of another coach. And so I was approached and asked if I would be willing to become certified to be a coach with them. And so I, not knowing anything about the program or who the clientele even was, I said, well, sure, I'm always looking for something new to do. So yeah, I attended a couple of classes and absolutely just fell in love with it. The people there are amazing and the classes are fun and energetic, and it's such an amazing cause and it has such a great purpose that I thought, I'd be crazy to pass this up. So since moving here, I became a certified certified Rocksteady boxing coach. And then they asked me if I would also be willing to direct the program there. So I do that as well. So I've gotten to learn a lot about Parkinson's disease, what it is, what it does to the body, and how to fight it. But I have to say the Rocksteady boxing program, the classes, it's my favorite. Out of everything I do, it's my favorite thing.
That's funny. I didn't realize you were so, new to the program and you just jumped right in. Wow.
Yeah. But I'm here. We love North Carolina. I live here with my husband and we have 3 kids and 2 dogs and 2 cats. And I love fitness. I love to stay active. I love the way it makes me feel, not only physically, but mentally. And I love to share that energy and excitement and that purpose with other people. So it's a great thing.
I can certainly vouch for the fact that you do. You are very high energy when you're in there. So it's a great environment. Do you see all levels of PD? I mean, well, I guess it wouldn't be all levels, but what levels would you say you predominantly have in your class?
So we have a couple of different classes that are geared to treat different levels of Parkinson's. So our 12 o'clock class is for a level 3-4. And that group is maybe a little bit, the disease is a little bit more advanced. They're not as steady on their feet. Some have assisted walking devices or different cognitive maybe issues that they're dealing with. And so that is a level 3-4 class. And then we have a level 1-2 class, which is our 145 class. And that is for people that maybe are just newly diagnosed with PD or have had it, but the symptoms haven't really progressed enough to really have much effect in their overall functionality. They're not as high of a fall risk. They're able to follow directions and pretty much do anything we throw at them. So it's definitely a harder class than the level 3-4 class.
Okay.
But you do in both classes, you do get different levels even within that group. So you really have to modify it and help each person work as hard as they can for them and their body, what they can do themselves.
And do you do any kind of testing with them to kind of help determine where they are? Maybe routinely test to see how it's working, anything like that?
Yeah, exactly. So initially when we bring a new boxer in, and we call them fighters, when we bring a new fighter in, we do a physical assessment with them. And there's just 3 different portions. We do a fab test, we do a sit and stand, and then the tug test. And those help us gauge, as well as we definitely invite them to come and participate in a class. And once we see them in a class setting and we take them through a physical assessment, we pretty much have a good idea of what class would best suit them at that time. Not to say that that's where they'll be forever. We have had some that have started in the 12 o'clock class, the level 3-4, and have gotten stronger and more functional and steady on their feet, and they've moved to the 145 class.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and then we do that assessment every year, once to twice a year, we reassess people. Just not only just to see what class they belong in, but also just to monitor their progress. We started a boxer a little over a year ago, and his scores went up this last time that I tested him. So it's really amazing to see progress, to see that it's working with these fighters, that they're gaining strength and stability and balance and functionality. They have better emotional well-being, mental well-being. It just covers so many different aspects in their life and raises up their quality of life. So it's great to see those things happen.
And those test results just show that it's not even just maintaining. You're helping getting them better, which is so possible. And I think so many people get wrapped up in that, oh, it's a progressive disease, I can't get better. Maybe I'll maintain. No, you really can't get better. So I'm glad that you're able to show that sometimes.
Yeah, we've seen one other example. We had a boxer that started that loves to golf, and he hadn't been out on the course in a long time because of the disease. But over time, he was able to gain enough strength and functionality that he was back on the golf course, and it felt fantastic to him. So to see people earn these rewards for their hard work, because it's hard work. I mean, we get them into class and we push them and we make them sweat and we try to have fun, but it's hard work. So to see that they're getting something back from all the hard work that they put into it is amazing. Yeah,
definitely. And that's twice a week that you have that class, right?
Right. Yep. Our class is held every Tuesday and Thursday. The 12 o'clock class, the level 3-4 class is at 12 o'clock. And then the 145 is for the level 1-2 class. Yeah. So every Tuesday, Thursday.
Now, the earlier class, do care partners help out sometimes? Are they welcome to guide and help assist?
Absolutely. In fact, we encourage it. For that class, the 12 o'clock class, the level 3-4, we do recommend that either a spouse or a caregiver or family member, what have you, can come and attend and be their corner. We call them our corner, and they're there to make sure that they're staying on task, that they're following directions as we lay them out during our class time. Also keeping an eye on them. Some of them have to take medication during class, or sometimes they may recognize cues that we don't necessarily recognize as easily because they're with them more often. So they may see something in someone that, oh, you know what, you need a water break, or you need to sit down for a minute and take a break or a breather, or different things like that. So definitely for that class, it's nice to have a corner We also have some people that just come volunteer because they love to be, I mean,
Yeah.
it's such a great environment, and
Mhm.
to help, it's such a worthy cause.
Yeah.
So we do have a few people that come volunteer and help out in our classes, which is amazing as well. They help out in the other class, the level 1, 2 class, there to just support and kind of be a cheerleader,
Yeah.
because it's nice to cheer these people on, that are working so hard, in
Mhm.
all that they do. So
I feel like when I um, observed your class, there were some people who stayed seated a lot of the time, if not all, right?
mhm.
So they don't have to be able to stand to participate.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a good range in that class. Some classes could split that depending on how many people you had attending. So you could have a level 3 class and a level 4. And the level 4 class would be more apt to stay seated the whole time.
Hmm.
But we definitely do have clients that do stay seated, and some, even when we're up and moving around, they'll still get up and move around, but maybe with
Hmm.
a walker.
Yeah.
So at least they're moving, or a gait belt. We have some that wear gait belts, and their corner is walking with them, keeping a hand on that gait belt,
Hmm. Hmm.
to help with stability. But
Yeah.
and we've had people fall. It's a situation where um we're we're not always as steady on our feet, right? And
Yeah.
so we've had instances where someone may have fallen, and of course we do the necessary steps to evaluate the situation. And
Mhm.
the couple times it's happened, they've been able to get up, and they were fine.
Yeah.
But um,
It's going to happen.
that's it's a big problem with Parkinson's, and it's a big fear for people
Yeah.
with Parkinson's, that they will fall.
Hmm.
But this kind of work that we do is going to help with that, help with gaining confidence and being more sturdy and self-assured on your feet. And also, there's times that we work on falling. We get the big mats out, and we hold their hands and let go, and teach them how to fall properly, so they know that if they fall,
Hmm.
it's number one, they're going to be okay, but how to do it properly and safely, so that they're less likely to break something or hurt something.
And then how to
So
get back up again, which
how to
is
get back up, how do you get
huge.
up off the floor? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's something we work on all the time, because it's not if, it's when it's going to
Yeah.
happen
Right.
to all of us at some point.
Yeah. Look, I
Um,
could fall. I mean,
yeah,
really, any of
yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah,
So, yeah,
yep,
I see too many programs that don't get them on the floor, at least get
yeah,
them on in a controlled way so they know how to get off. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have the caregivers there too, because we can show them this is a proper way to help someone up off the floor, and if this doesn't work, then you probably need to call someone to help you. But this
Yeah.
is, giving them advice is a great thing for them
Mhm.
to see and understand. Okay, this is the what I need to do if this happens, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
definitely.
Yeah,
The caregivers, I'm sure, are just as afraid
yeah,
of the fall as the clients themselves.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yikes.
yeah,
Uh, so, as far as I know, Pure Energy is the only place in Greensboro right now that has Rocksteady. Is that right?
yes,
I know
correct.
Ashboro has,
Mhm.
and I forget the other place.
Think there's one out in Burlington.
Burlington, maybe it is. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay. Um, so there are people out there with Parkinson's who
Yeah.
don't do anything.
Yep.
So what would you say to someone like that who maybe, well, whether they don't know what to do or don't want to do it? I mean, I'm not even sure what the case is a lot of the times, but what would you say?
Yeah. I think for a lot of people that maybe end up with this diagnosis, it's a wake up call, because there are people that maybe do things like golf or go on a walk, things like that, but don't maybe have a traditional or scheduled exercise program. And so once you are given this diagnosis where it doesn't have a cure right now, there are different medications that may help, but where the main thing to fight this disease is moderate to intense exercise, it shocks them and wakes them up, and they think, a lot of people think, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Number one is, maybe they aren't familiar with exercising, strength training or resistance training, and they don't know where to go or where to start. So the great thing about our little community is we have a lot of great resources, a lot of great neurologists in the area, a lot of great physical therapists such as yourself, and a lot of great resources that they can reach out to help guide them in the right direction. And there are so many different types of exercise groups that are geared to help people with PD. And it's not just Rocksteady boxing. You have spin at different places, which is, riding the stationary bikes. You have power moves, which I believe you teach.
Yes, I also do that.
Okay. Different stretch or yoga classes or Tai Chi classes, which you also teach.
Yep. I heard there's dance downtown.
There's dance. Greensboro has dance downtown. You have drumming. There are art classes. There's all kinds of things for people with Parkinson's to do to help them fight the disease. And really, the best thing is to go out and try them all and find out what you like. Because I've had some people come and try Rocksteady boxing and they didn't love it. And that's okay. Sure. You just need to find something you do like. And even silver sneaker classes. There's a ton of different silver sneaker classes all over Greensboro that you could look into.
Yeah.
And the great thing is that a lot of times insurance covers those programs.
Yes.
So you can attend them for free, which is great.
Yes.
So there's no excuse.
No excuse. Exactly. And I feel like I would love it if they would find several things that they like so that they're not doing the same thing all the time, because they all kind of hit you different, right? So definitely.
Yeah.
So if someone wanted to check out your class, would they just call Pure Energy? How would they get started?
Yeah, there's a couple different ways. You could call Pure Energy, and I can give you the phone number. It's 336-282-4200. The address is 1905 Ashwood Court, and that's in Greensboro, North Carolina, 27455.
And I'll have it in the description if anyone misses that. So thank you. Yes.
Great. You can also email me at Hillary. Hillary at pureenergyfitness.com. And then we've, a lot of people will either call and leave a message or they'll email me. A lot of times we get spouses or children that call for their parents and say, hey, I'm looking into, different things for my dad or my husband or my wife to do to help fight this disease. And so we're always welcoming people to come and either observe, or even we've always got gloves in the back that they can put on, and they can try out a class for free anytime and see if they like it. And then from there, if they like it, if it's something that they want to continue on, then we can progress to doing the physical assessment and determining what class would best suit them, and so forth. So.
And what's the charge for the class?
So the monthly cost is $150, which is pretty pricey. We do have.
That's twice a week?
That's a class that's twice a week.
So 8 visits. Okay.
Yep, per month. We do have a nonprofit organization that we're affiliated with called Hamel Kerr, and it's a great foundation, and they do help support people with PD. They're a great resource as well because they know a lot of what's going on in our community. They also hold different functions, I think quarterly functions for people with PD, as well as their caregivers. They have support groups for their caregivers. But they oftentimes you can apply for scholarships through them, and they can help you. If the class doesn't fit into your budget, they could help you fund it, a portion of it anyway. So that's always a good resource. But Yeah, there's a lot of ways. We don't ever want to turn anyone away if they
Mm-hmm.
want to do this program. We want them to be able to come and participate and fight with us.
Yep. Find a
Yeah.
way. We'll find a way.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Anything else that we haven't covered, Hillary, that I didn't?
Um, the only thing I was going to mention that I thought was pretty cool, that the APTA did a study with a group of PD patients who they took part in a 2 to 3 part 90-minute boxing therapy sessions. So it was 2 to 3 times a week for 90 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Boxing therapy. They did it over a 9-month period, and it showed clear improvements in both balance and gait. So there's a ton of research out there that shows and proves that physical activity, moderate to intense exercise, will help fight this disease. And what I would say is it's never too late to start.
No.
I don't care if you're 70 or 80 and
Yep.
you've never picked up boxing gloves or dumbbells, or you've never been on a spin bike. It's never too late to start.
Do something.
Just put on those sneakers and get moving. And you'll start off slow, and that's okay. And your trainers will work with you to help you kick it up when you're ready to, and you'll just get stronger and better and more functional. So
Can't hurt.
can't hurt. No, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today, Hillary. I think we got a lot of great information, and I'm hoping that they'll check out Rocksteady and, help them get better.
Absolutely. Yep. Exercise is preventative care. So take care of yourself and get working.
That's right.
Yeah.